Get it. Get it.
Get it.
Get it. Get it.
Get it. Get it.
Is she gonna get it, Daddy?
She'll get it. Get it. Get it.
When you bring home a Goodwill find, you give your whole town a reason to celebrate because you're also funding local job training and placement programs in tech, healthcare, and more. Goodwill. Bring good home.
Good evening and welcome to Eagle Eye News at 6. I'm Abigail Griffin.
And I'm Taylor McBride.
This past weekend, Auburn defeated the Texas A&M Aggies with an all-around effort, especially on the defensive side of the ball.
Eagle Eye's Andy Hulling was at the game.
The Auburn Tigers came into Aggieland needing a crucial SEC West victory. Bo Nix and the Auburn Tigers would face their first true road test in front of a raucous crowd here at Kyle Field.
The 12th man was alive in Kyle Field as the Aggies and Tigers faced off in a top 15 matchup. All eyes were on the Auburn offense as they faced one of the top defenses in the SEC. Auburn's offense looked impressive early as Anthony Schwartz silenced the Aggie crowd with an electrifying 57-yard run on the third play from scrimmage to give the Auburn an early lead. After a missed field goal from the Aggies, the Tigers would strike again as Joey Gatewood found John Samuel Schenker to have put the Tigers up 14-0. Texas A&M would have to settle for a field goal before halftime as the Tigers would take a 14-3 lead into the second half. Auburn's defense stepped up again on the Aggies' first drive in the second half as they forced a fumble which was recovered by Daniel Thomas. The Tigers would capitalize on the turnover as Bo Nix would find Seth Williams for a 9-yard touchdown pass. Texas A&M finally found the end zone in the fourth quarter as Kellen Munn would find Courtney Davis for a 27-yard touchdown. With the momentum shifting towards the Aggies, the Auburn offense used a heavy dose of running with Jatarvius Whitlow as he extended Auburn's lead to 18 with a powerful touchdown run. Auburn's special teams sealed the game as they recovered an onside kick, and the offense ran the clock out as the Tigers came out with a victory. Auburn has now won 4 straight games in Kyle Field since the Aggies moved into the SEC.
With the win, the Tigers moved to 4-0 on the season, and they will return to Jordan-Hare Stadium next Saturday to play the Mississippi State Bulldogs. From Kyle Field, I'm Andy Hulling, Eagle Eye TV.
The Tigers are 4-0 and will return to Jordan-Hare Stadium this Saturday night against Mississippi State. Samuel Ginn College of Engineering devoted the Carol Ann Gavin Garden last Friday, September 13, in honor of Charles Gavin's late wife.
The garden was made possible through a $2.5 million gift from the class of 1959 textile management major. The garden includes a mix of French parterre and English knot gardens, which connects the Brown Copel Center and the Gavin Laboratory. This area provides a relaxing backdrop for students to study, eat, or relax in between classes. Charles and the entire Gavin family, by making the Gavin Laboratory renovation possible and turning this one dilapidated space into an oasis, you've impacted future Auburn engineers for generations to come, said Christopher B. Roberts, Dean of Engineering. Because of your vision, because of your belief in Auburn, and your love for it, this is all possible.
The Harvard College of Business has previously dedicated the Chuck Gavin Terrace in honor of his son. The terrace on top of the new Horton Hardgrave Hall will provide business students with a parallel, relaxing atmosphere. Following the dedication, the university also hosted a dedication for the new $44 million Brown Copel Center.
Also this past Friday, September 20th, the Auburn Waterworks Board sent out a drought watch in accordance with the City of Auburn's drought management plan. The demand for water supplies has increased as a result of the above normal water demands due to the dry conditions over the past weeks.
The board is asking customers to be responsible with the city's natural resources and to participate in voluntary conservation measures to help control the excessive water use. Watering lawns after 8 p.m., checking sprinkler heads and adjusting them to keep water off the streets, and checking sprinkler systems for leaks are a few ways of customers who are practicing outdoor watering to help conserve during this drought.
Customers are also encouraged to save water by taking shorter showers, not leaving the water running while brushing their teeth, and only running full loads of laundry and dishes. The American Water Works Association defines water as doing more with less, not doing without. By working together, we can preserve the water supply and prevent the need for mandatory restrictions.
This past Friday, September 20th, Auburn students, faculty, and residents participated in the Global Climate Strike, a worldwide movement demanding politicians to adequately act to resolve the climate crisis.
In Auburn, protesters marched down the Haley Concourse yelling call and response chants. Students were able to freely participate in the protest, and some even left classes to be involved.
The global climate movement is a movement important to many people, and others are starting to join along in protests for support.
The Auburn Alumni Association has announced its 2020 Young Alumni Recipients and Lifetime Achievement Awards.
The Alumni Association has awarded Octavia Spencer, class of 94, William Barrick, class of 68, J.R. Beasley, class of 59, and Joe Forehand, Jr., class of 71. This award is the highest honor awarded by the Alumni Association. The Young Alumni recipient is Dion Marlene Avicki, class of 2004.
Each recipient will be honored on February 29, 2020 at a dinner ceremony at the Hotel of Auburn. After the break, a look at a man arrested in an FBI terrorism probe who turned out to be an Auburn student.
You're watching Eagle Eye TV, Auburn's news leader.
This is what high blood pressure looks like. Talk with your doctor to create a treatment plan that works for you. Go to loweryourhbp.org.
After 15 years of smoking, Eva Marie quit. There's a new lung cancer screening that could save her life. You stopped smoking. Now start screening. Learn more at savedbythescan.org.
An Auburn man was detained by the FBI last Monday in a years-long terrorism probe. The man allegedly told FBI agents that he would execute a U.S. soldier if ordered to do so by an Islamic State group, and turned out to be an Auburn University student enrolled in classes during the current semester.
According to the Associated Press, Kashow was charged with lying to the FBI and destroying records, as well as communicating with suspected terrorists. National outlets reported FBI agents searched his home in Auburn. In an unsealed document, the FBI said Kashow arrived in the U.S. through Atlantis Airport in 2015 and planned to study nursing at a community college in Opelika.
Kashow agreed to interview at the FBI Auburn's field office and willingly shared his desire to join fighters in Syria, according to the Associated Press, but he also tried to minimize his support of radical Islamic ideology. Kashow is the latest in a series of Alabama college students being tied to alleged terrorist threats. Following last week's trial, a Lee County jury found Turabian, known as Trent, LaTrent Cobb of Auburn, was found not guilty of capital murder on Saturday.
Cobb was found not guilty of the murder of Roderick Nelms and Jadarian, known as Doug Sprinks, who were killed back in April 2016 at Mr. D's Lodge. Lee County District Attorney Brandon Hughes says his office was disappointed with the trial's outcome. "We are disappointed in the jury's verdict, but certainly respect their decision," Hughes said. "I am only sorry we could not find justice for the victims."
Lee County Assistant District Attorneys Garrett Saucer and Kathy Barati prosecuted the case. Cobb was represented by Whitsley and Andrew Stanley. The testimony in Cobb's capital murder trial began September 11th, which was nearly 3.5 years since Nelms, Spinks, and Rico Cobb were gunned down at Mr. D's Lodge in Auburn. Saucer said during opening arguments that he believes Trent Cobb was the shooter.
However, Whitsley stated that there is no evidence to support that Trent Cobb is the shooter. Before the verdict, jury deliberated for about 9 hours.
On the lighter side of things, students looking for something to do off campus can look forward to the second annual Oyster Fest.
This event is a partnership with the Alabama Coastal Foundation, Auburn Opelika Tourism Bureau, The Depot, and Red Clay Brewing Company. The event will be hosted at Red Clay Brewing and will also feature live music and entertainment. Executive Chef Scott Simpin from The Depot will also be making several specialty Gulf oyster dishes for all guests to try.
The goal is to bring some entertainment and seafood for the local Auburn Opelika community. Ticket prices range from $20 to $40, and all the shells from the oysters will be recycled and brought back to Mobile. Portions of select drink proceeds will go towards the Alabama Coastal Foundation year-round. The event is Tuesday from 6:30 until 9 p.m. Auburn University nutrition researchers are investigating promising keys to unlock mysteries of Alzheimer's disease. According to the 2018 World Alzheimer's Report, Alzheimer's disease affects millions of lives around the world every year. Unfortunately, both the cause and cure to the disease remain a mystery to the medical field.
Auburn University College of Human Sciences researchers are looking into the study of food and diets to further examine precautionary measures, possible treatments, and eventual potential cures of Alzheimer's. A great deal of research digs into the topic of meal timing, which nutrition doctoral student Lauren Woody studies in the lab of Associate Professor of Nutrition Mike Green. The principle, meal timing, explains how the time of day in which a person consumes food affects their metabolism. For example, eating very late at night may slow your nutrient uptake and lead to negative health effects.
Auburn researchers are also showing great results related to the link between daytime meal periods and reduced risk of memory loss. Based off the current research, eating a healthy diet on a regular schedule may be the best preventative and most practical measure to follow. This week's Pet of the Week is Noodle. Noodle is a sweet little kitten that was adopted from the Lee County Humane Society. She was adopted as a kitten and returned at no fault of her own.
She is 1 year old and still searching for her forever family. She loves snoozing under the sun in the Lee County Humane Society cat room and seems to enjoy quality time with her feline friends as long as they give her space to adjust to them.
Noodle loves the company of her human friends and always wants behind-the-ear scratches. She's spayed, fully vaccinated, and microchipped. Come meet Noodle today and be the chicken to her noodle. After the break, a Michigan man goes brain dead after getting a mosquito-borne virus.
You're watching Eagle Eye TV, Auburn's news leader.
Of all the things you've done with your bike, donating it to Goodwill may be the most incredible of all. Your donations help fund job placement and training for people in your community, which means your stuff can be more powerful than you think. Donate stuff, create jobs.
A healthy Michigan man went from good to brain dead in just 9 days after getting Eastern equine encephalitis.
Greg McChesney was a perfectly healthy 64 man who was less than 2 weeks before his August 19th death from the rare mosquito-borne virus. Mark McChesney said he was working with his brother less than a month before that trip to the emergency room. Late July, he was here at the farm helping me put dachshund at the pond, Mark McChesney told this station.
The Michigan Department of Health and Human Services on Tuesday verified that 4 additional cases of Eastern equine encephalitis were in southwest Michigan, and 2 were deaths. The state has confirmed 7 total cases this year, including 3 deaths, officials said. The virus, known as EEE, is a rare but potentially fatal mosquito-borne virus.
Only 5 to 10 human cases of EEE are typically reported each year, with about 30% of all cases result in death. According to the U.S. Centers for disease control and prevention. Signs include sudden onset of headache, high fever, chills, and vomiting.
Greg was remembered as a man who loved life, who scared off a bear when they were backpacking, and who gave a 25-minute toast at his little brother's wedding. That's all we have for you tonight. Be sure to tune in every Monday at 6 and catch all the latest headlines at eagleeyeauburn.com. I'm Taylor McBride.
And I'm Abigail Griffin. Thanks for watching, and War Eagle.
It's my job to pay attention to the game, and I take my job seriously.
While I'm busy watching the game, I need your help keeping an eye on the stands.
If you see something that doesn't look quite right, tell a law enforcement official.
We all play an important role in protecting our communities, and you can help.
If you see something suspicious, say something to local authorities.
Green hat, red hat,